And let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. Yeah, first thing, Friday morning, you made it to your mat in whatever space you're in. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let all of the air out, every last bit. And do that again. Fill up your lungs, expand your ribs. Open your mouth, make some noise, let all the air out. Last time, big full body breath in, all the way to the pit of your belly. And now let every little bit go. Draw your belly button up and into your spine. And walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Take your left palm, place it on top of your right. Really press your left hip straight back to the back corner of your mat. Getting some room in between your ribs. Take another 2 rounds of breath on this side. And now walk over to the other side of your mat. Take your other hand on top. Bring your attention to your right hip. Press it straight back as a means to lengthen through your rib cage. Just slowly beginning to open up your body for the practice today. And then come back to center. Stretch your fingertips straight, high towards the top edge of your mat. Lift your elbows up off of your mat. Make it an active child's pose. Take one more round of breath in through your nose. Seal your lips, breathe out through your nose. Downward facing dog. So get curious about your dog right here. Bend one knee and then the other. You can lift a leg. What does your downward facing dog feel like right here, right now? Yeah, not any judgment about your hamstrings or anything that may be, feeling a little tight or sticky this morning, but just notice. Root down through the palms of both hands. Spread your fingers wide. Press down through each pad of your fingers, each knuckle. One more breath in. Ujjayi, breath out through your nose. Tiptoe your feet to your hands, ragdoll, top of your mat. Bring your awareness to your feet. Press down through the ball mounds of both feet, the center of both heels. And then take your attention up through your outer shins, through your hamstrings, your hips. Just notice. Drop the crown of your head down towards your mat, so look back between your shins. One more inhale. Empty out the air. Release your arms, press your palms into your shins, lift up halfway. Really reach your collarbone towards the front of your space, the front of your mat. Press your hips straight back. Lengthen through your spine. Take another inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Extended mountain pose. Reach all the way up. Look up in between your hands. Drop your shoulders down your back. Bring your hands to your heart. And we'll begin our practice together today with one Om. Take a breath in. Extended mountain pose. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Step back. High plank. Yeah, hold high plank for a moment just to get the awareness of your body as you hug your belly button up and in. Press your heels back to the back edge of your mat. Yeah, keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Take one more inhale. Come forward on your tiptoes, lower down halfway. Keep everything hugged in tight. Upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Downward facing dog. Lift up and back. Together, breathe in, empty out. Take 4 more rounds of breath, cultivating your ujjayi breath to keep your focus on your mat. Big breath in, empty. 2 more times. Fill up, let it go. 1 more inhale, empty the air. Step your feet to your thumbs. Half lift, fold, extended mountain. Lift up, fold forward. Halfway lift, step back, low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Big full body breath in, empty the air. And again, press down through the ball mounds of both feet, and then your heels track towards the floor. They don't have to touch. You can bend your knees slightly, press your chest back towards your thigh. 2 more rounds of breath. Big breath in. Look at your hands. Travel to your hands. Half lift, fold, rise, extended mountain. Fold forward. Half lift, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. 2 more rounds of breath. Fill up, empty, travel. Step or jump, half lift, fold, extended mountain. Reach up, fold forward. Halfway lift, low plank. Upward facing dog. Pull your shoulders to the back of your mat. Downward facing dog. Just 3 rounds of breath. And give yourself a slight bend in your elbows so you're using your muscles, not locking out your joints. 1 more full breath in. Empty all the air. Look forward. Jump. Half lift. Forward fold. Thunderbolt, chair pose. Yeah, first chair today, unless you were super ambitious and got up and did several before we started. So really feel this chair. Press your heels down into the mat, sink your hips low towards your mat, and fire up your quads, zip them up. And you can choose to keep your hands straight up high towards the ceiling, or you can bring your hands to your heart. You choose. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths this morning, just so that you get the feeling, this vitality of this shape. Yeah, working to get out of our comfort zones. Last big inhale, sit really low. Fold forward. Nice work. Halfway lift. Step back. Low plank. Up dog, down dog. Warrior 1, step your right foot to your right hand. And take some movement here just to notice this first warrior may feel a little tighter than the next few that we'll do. This is just like setting the groundwork. Pull your left hip towards the front of your mat and stack your right knee directly over your right ankle. Nice, Sarah. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more inhale, reach your hands to the ceiling. Hands to the mat, step back, flow through, low plank, upward facing, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left foot. Yeah, what's going on the left side today? And take the outside of your left knee, press it towards the left edge of your mat, like your pinky toe side of your left foot. Really good. And then sit lower in your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. And your right leg is still active, so actively press your right hamstring up toward the ceiling. Equal effort in both legs. So good. Take one more. Inhale, reach up. Hands to the mat, flow low. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Yeah, nice handstand. Take 3 rounds of breath right here. Reset. Breathe in, rise to your toes. Empty the air, bend your knees. Travel to the top of your mat. Half lift, fold, chair pose. Just one breath. Squeeze in, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, low plank. Let all the air out. Up dog, down dog, warrior one, right foot. Hands to your mat, flow low. Yeah, one breath each movement. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, warrior one, left foot. And it doesn't matter if you're going faster than me or slower, your breath is your guide in your space. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Full breath in, breath out. 2 more times. Fill up, empty. Breathe in new, fresh air. Empty all the air out. Jump to your hands. Yeah, half lift, forward fold, chair pose. Fold, half lift, low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale, downward facing dog, let it out. Warrior one, right foot. Lift your ribs up to the ceiling, hands to the mat, flow low. Yeah, you guys know where you're going. Left foot, warrior one. And hands to the mat, step back, up dog, down dog. Together, breathe in, empty out. 2 more rounds of breath. Breath in, empty, travel to the top of your mat. Lift, fold, chair. Fold, lift, flow. Upward facing, downward facing. Warrior one, right foot. Root down to rise up. Hands to the mat, flow. And keep your breath moving with your body. Left foot, warrior one. And flow through. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Breath in, empty. 2 more rounds. Notice the fullness of your breath when you breathe in, hold, let it out. 1 more, inhale, fill up, empty, jump. Half lift, fold, chair, sit really low, fold forward. Halfway lift, low plank. Upward facing dog, press your chest to the front of your space. Downward facing dog, lift your hips. Warrior one, right foot. Hands to the mat, flow. Up dog, down dog. Left foot, warrior one. Hands to the mat. You flow your breath. We've got one more sun bee this morning. Take a breath in. Empty out. One more time. Fill up. Empty. Jump your feet to your hands or onto your dog. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Fold. Half lift. Low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Warrior one. Right and left sides. You do your movement with your breath. Yeah, anything you want to add on or take away, it's your time. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Lift your right heel up toward the ceiling. First, just stay here with your right heel stretched straight back towards the back of your space. Level out your hips. Engage your core, hug it in towards your spine, and bring your right knee to your right elbow. Touch what you can. Back up, 3-point down dog. Bring your right knee over and across to your left elbow. Hug in, squeeze, press it back. Now open your hip. Slowly flip your dog. Bring your right foot over. Yeah, or you can stay in 3-point down dog. Hug your shoulder blades in as a means to stretch your heart up towards your ceiling or the sky. Yeah. Press down through both feet. Lift your hips for 3, 2, 1. Unflip and take side plank on the right. Yeah, really press down through all the knuckles of your right hand. You can drop your right knee or you can lift your left leg. Yeah, take 3 more rounds of breath. What does it feel like to stay just on that one hand and that one foot? Take 1 more giant breath in. High plank. Lower down halfway. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Lift your left heel, press it straight back towards the back wall, like zip up both quads here. And then bring your left knee to your left elbow. Squeeze in, press back. Take your knee over to your right elbow, touch what you can, press it away. And now open your hip, flip your dog. Yeah, slow and controlled. And as you squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine, can you press your right hip up toward the ceiling? That's it, Kale. Stretch your top arm long, out tall in front of you. Take 1 more big breath. Unflip. Side plank on the left. Stack your left shoulder directly over your left elbow. Tiny little micro bend in your left elbow. Use your muscles. Yeah, and your tailbone extends towards the back of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can you look at your top right thumb? Take your eye gaze up. Take 1 more inhale. High to low plank. Flow through. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Such good work. Take a giant breath in. Open your mouth. Let something go. High crescent, right foot, right in between your hands. Yeah, so strong and powerful in your feet. Stack your left heel over your left toe mound. Reach your fingertips high. Drop your shoulders down your back. Hands to your heart. Inhale. Twist over your right thigh as you exhale. Yeah, this part of the series, this is the vitality portion. It's really where your heart rate is has already started moving. Now with the integrity of your muscles, can you twist and let something go with every exhale? Pull your right shoulder towards the side of your mat and pull it back towards your left hip. One more inhale, twist, warrior two, open up. Yeah, really press through the outer edge of your left foot, extended side angle. There's so many opportunities to play in this shape. Like you can play with a half bind, maybe you have a full bind, and maybe you don't. It's okay. Wherever you are, keep the work of opening through your chest by pulling your shoulder blades in. Really beautiful, Sarah Hearn. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more times. Fill up, empty out. 1 more inhale, hands to the mat, step back, flow through. Yeah, find your flow with your breath. Up dog, down dog, high crescent, left foot. Become present to your foundation, both feet, like press through the ball mounds of both feet. And lift the back of your right hamstring up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart, big breath in. Twist over your left thigh as you breathe out, like anchor your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh. Press your left knee or your left thigh in towards your elbow, that equal action. Yeah, and then find some ease. I know you're twisted, you're breathing, you're getting warm. Balance the effort and ease with your breath. Fill up, twist. 1 more inhale. Stay for your twist. Warrior two, big breath in. Again, sit low in your left knee as you breathe out. Inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. Yeah, and then you take this where you want to go. If you want to try on something on this side, maybe the same thing, maybe something different. And if you're trying on the half bind, keep your shoulder blades plugged in. Yeah, or Kate's working on birds of paradise. You can stand in your right foot, lift your left knee. 2 more breaths, fill up, empty out. 1 more inhale, hands to the mat, flow through, low plank. Upward facing, downward facing. Breath in, breath out. Jump your feet to your hands. Half lift, fold, thunderbolt, chair pose. Big breath in, draw your hands to your heart. Exhale, twist over your right thigh. Yeah, and the work here is to keep your hips pointed straight back towards the back of your space. So make sure that your left knee is not poking out in front of your right knee. You can look down, take a peek at your knees. Make any adjustment that you need there. Sit your hips 5 more inches towards your mat. Yeah, you got it. Fill up, sit low. Just 2 more breaths. And what does it feel like to stay in a little bit of discomfort? Come back to chair pose, sit your hips low. Twist to the left. Yeah, staying in it isn't always what we want to do, but what's possible on the other side, if you tell your mind, you know what, my body's got this. Yeah, hug your inner thighs up towards your ceiling. Yeah, so you're rotating your inner thighs up, set your hips down. 2 more breaths. You're in it. I know you're in it. You're doing great. Last big inhale. Chair pose. Reach your fingers high towards the ceiling. Fold forward. Fingers to toes, forward fold. Really good work this morning. Separate your feet about hip distance. And then take your fingers, wrap them around the inside of your big toes. And then actively stretch your elbows out to the sides of your space. Yeah, your hamstrings are a little warmer now. You can notice the difference in how they feel now versus your first ragdoll this morning. And take your eye gaze back between your shins. Yeah, let the tension go from your neck. Notice this ease in this shape. Appreciate the ease in this shape right after the effort it took to stay in chair for so many breaths. Palms to toes, forward fold. So stand on your hands. Yes, palms face up toward the ceiling. And you may need to bend your knees more, that's okay. And keep the awareness in any parts of your body that feel tight or tense. Can you breathe into those and release tension? Like calm your mind with your breath. One more inhale. Fold on your exhale. Now release your hands. Lift up halfway. Straighten your spine. Really flat back. Now plant your hands. Crow pose. Yeah, go for it this morning. Whatever your crow looks like is perfect for today. Bring your knees up high onto the backs of your arms, up to your armpits. Yeah, that's it. Lift your hips. Look forward like 3 feet in front of your fingers. So good, Catherine. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more breaths. You've got it. And jump back. Low plank. Beautiful, Kate. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Halfway lift, flatten your spine. Fold, extended mountain. Lift all the way up. And then bring your hands by your side. Samasthiti. Just take a moment to feel grounded, rooted down through both heels. Draw the energy from the ground up through your outer shins, up into your hips, your ribs. Drop your shoulders down your back. And from this equal standing, find eagle on the right. Wrap your right leg over. Hug your right arm under your left arm. And then sit. Your drishti, your eye gaze, focusing on something that's not moving in front of you, along with your breath, will keep your balance right here. You know, flex your right toes towards your shin, whether they're wrapped around your left calf or not, is not really a big deal. Take 1 more breath. Come back to steady standing. Both feet on the mat. Reset. Eagle on the left. Wrap your left leg over. Yeah, and then integrity in your pose. Squeeze your thighs together. Like really press your left thigh down on top of your right. And then can you stack your shoulders over your hips? Fill up, empty out. 1 more breath. Switch sides, eagle right. Yeah, press down through all 4 corners of your left foot. And square your hips to the back of your mat. So draw your left hip back, right hip back. Sit low. On your next inhale, lift your right knee, kick your right foot straight out in front of you. And lift your toes towards your ceiling, lift your fingertips towards your ceiling. You can unwrap your arms, lift high. Now stand on your right foot, airplane. Kick your left heel towards the back of your space. Yeah, hug your belly button in, like your core, radiate that strength from the inside all the way to the outer edge of your back foot. And drop your left hip down towards your mat. Fill up, empty out. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. Half moon as you breathe out. Take your right hand down to the mat or a block. Lift your left hip up toward the ceiling. Lift your left leg up toward the ceiling. Yeah, really beautiful. Stack your left hip on top of your right. So good. Take 1 more inhale. Fold forward. Let it go. Halfway lift, long flat spine. Fold, extended mountain. Take eagle on the left. Wrap your left leg over your right. Really squeeze in. And press your right elbow down and your left elbow up. So that lock between your arms. And then lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then drop them down your back. Take 1 more inhale. Lift your left knee up towards your chest. Take your toes, straighten them out long in front of you. Lift them up toward the ceiling. Lift your fingertips up high. Now step onto your left foot, airplane. Right heel, drive it back to your back wall. Point your right toes down towards your mat. Yeah, you got it, Kale. Shaking is good. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Take 1 more inhale. Half moon. Left hand down. Yeah, and then challenge yourself here by traveling your drishti. Can you take it up towards your left fingertips, your left thumb? No, that would be the right is what I meant to say. Look up. Yeah. There you go. 2 more breaths. Integrity in your core. Squeeze in and then radiate out from there. Full breath in. Fold forward. So good. Shake it out. Extended mountain. Tree pose. Last standing pose right here. Root down through your left foot. Hug your right foot up towards the top of your left thigh. And then you may grow in whatever shape feels good to you. Yeah, and then notice where you're holding tension here. Can you release tension from your face? Or anything you're holding in your shoulders. Whoa, don't knock your wife over there. There you go. Yeah, take 2 more breaths. So beautiful. And then slowly release. Eagle, or no, not eagle, tree on the other side. Yeah, and then what's possible on this side? New breath, new possibility, new growth, Last big breath in and release. Press down through both feet, extended mountain pose. Reach your fingertips up, look up toward the ceiling. Fold. Halfway lift, flow through low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Triangle on the right. Step your right foot long towards your right thumb. Straighten through your right knee. Yeah, and your right hand can be on a block or your shin. But work to keep it to the outside of your right leg, just as a means to really open up through your chest. And lift your left hip up toward the ceiling. Fill up, empty out. Yeah, nice challenge on that, Mary Evelyn, by lifting both hands using your core. Fill your breath up, empty out. Last big inhale, empty, press through both feet. Come all the way up to standing side facing, wide leg, forward fold. Turn your toes in the same direction. And then fold over your wide leg straddle. Press through the outer edges of both feet. Lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Maybe today's the day you get upside down, like you take tripods. What's possible right here, right now? Go for it, KDP. Yeah, and if you're staying on both feet, where can you release tension? Are you still holding some in your neck, your shoulders? Let it go. Make room for something new. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way up to standing. And we're going to pivot onto your left foot. So take your left toes towards the back edge of your mat, triangle in the opposite direction. Yeah, so your left hand is now down on the floor or your shin. Right fingertips extend straight up toward the ceiling. And then drop your right shoulder in towards your spine. Lift your left shoulder blade up towards your spine. Yeah, hug in. So good. With the integrity of your core, anything is possible to radiate out from that strength, that space. Fill your lungs up. Empty out. One more inhale. Exhale, come all the way up to standing. Interlace your fingers at the small of your back, pivot your toes in the same direction. Side facing, wide leg, forward fold. One more time. And bring your hips in line with your ankles. So really like come a little more forward into the ball mounds of both feet. Gentle bend in your knees. And take your eye gaze towards the right foot and then back towards the left foot. Just get long in your neck. One more inhale. Exhale, come all the way up to standing. And then take both feet, mountain pose at the top of your mat. Big step. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back, high plank. High plank. Yeah, hold here for a moment. Hug in, use your core. And now take forearm plank, like come down to your elbows. Keep everything hugged in. Breathe in. High plank. Forearm plank. Squeeze in, lower down. High plank. One more time. Forearm plank. High plank. And now lower all the way down to your belly. Yeah, really good job. Set up for locust. Take your hands back by your side, palms face down towards your mat. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Big breath in. As you breathe out, lift up. Lift your chest off of the mat. Lift your thighs up off of the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another. Fill up and lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift up. Number 2, right here. Yeah, lift your chest. Lift your thighs for 3, 2, keep your breath, 1, lower down, and just 1 floor bow right here. Bend your knees. Take your hands back to the outside of both ankles. And as soon as you have your grip, lift up. Yeah, no waiting, no hesitation. And can you rock back onto your thighs? Lift your heart up for 3. Yeah, kick your feet up high for 2. Last breath in, kick your shins back and lower. Rock your hips from side to side. And then flip over onto your back. We'll set up for bridge and wheel this morning. So hug your heels in close to your glutes. Press down through both feet and right away lift your hips. Yeah, for me, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, really? More? So just do it. Yeah, hug your outer shins in, lift your inner thighs up and lower down. All right, gang, Friday morning, 1st of May, we're gonna do 6 wheels for your Friday. Yay, case ready. All right, press your hands up by your ears and go for it. First wheel right here, Friday morning wheel, rise and shine, so great. Press down, lift up, and lower down. You guys are amazing. Take a breath in, nice, John. Let it out, and then lift up, wheel number 2. Yeah, be a stand for your vitality right here. Press your hands down, root down through both heels. Breathe in, lift up, and lower. Fill your lungs up. Empty all the air out. Press up, wheel number 3. Yeah, hug your shoulder blades in. Press your hips up. Nice job, Kale. Squeeze your knees in towards each other. Lower down. You guys are killing it this morning. Halfway there. Press down. Lift up. Number 4. Yeah, so good. Take your heart. Press it towards the back edge of your mat. Fill up. Empty. Lower. All right, number 5, get it and go. Press down, lift up, almost there. Yeah, what can you bring to this wheel that's gonna make a difference for you for the rest of your day? Fill up, lower down. All right, last time, last one, you've got it. Yeah, give us a wave, give us a thumbs up. I know you're in it, you're doing so great. And this is it right here, wheel number 6. Yeah, what can you put in this one? Can you lift a leg? Nice, Sarah, or lift a hand. What is it that you can do that's going to empower the rest of your day? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Such great work. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open. And bring your awareness to your low back. Press your low back down on your mat. Like extend your tailbone towards your heels. And just take a moment now and notice your breath. Your life force flowing in and out. Happy baby. Hold on to the outsides of both feet. Extend your tailbone again down towards your mat so that your entire low back is pressing down. And now kick your feet straight up high towards the ceiling. We've done some core today with our plank. We're going to do just a little bit more. Take your hands down by your sides. Hug your inner thighs in toward one another, and then drop your heels 30 degrees towards your mat. Hug in, press your low back down. Drop your feet another 30. Breathe in. Drop your feet to the mat. Lift them up 2 inches. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Look at your toes and come all the way back up. 2 more times, just like that. Drop your heels 30 degrees. Like integrity in your core. Drop your feet another 30 degrees. Tap the mat. Look up at your toes. And then come all the way back up. Last one right here. Yeah, you got it, John. Press your low back down. Drop your feet 30 degrees. Drop your feet another 30. Tap the mat, lift up. Kate, you've got some help there. And lift all the way back up. That's some encouragement. Yeah, bend your knees. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll forward and back. Make your way into a boat pose. Last little bit right here. Yeah, press your sits bones down. Lift the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. Yeah, for you, for everyone else that's practicing with you this morning, squeeze your belly in for 5. Hold here 4. You can do it 3, 2, and 1. Roll forward and back. And can you rock so much that you jump right up into chair pose? Get some momentum. Yeah, Sarah, that's it. So good. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Step or jump back, low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Half pigeon on the right. Take your right knee up towards your right wrist. And check your back foot. Make sure that your back leg is coming straight out of your left hip. Press the top of your back foot down, or you can keep, if you want a little more activation, you can stay on the ball mound of your back foot. You choose. And everybody's different in this. For this shape right here can feel like a lot of effort for some people, and for other people, it's just like, oh, well, here we are. Now I'm done with my practice. Whatever that's like for you, can you just be with this shape without making any judgment about it? And without checking out. Notice your breath. And even notice your thoughts, not to be in denial about what you're thinking, and just notice them, accept them, and let them move on. Nothing for you to do about them right now anyway, but it's okay for them to come up. Can you hear me? So don't know what happened there. All right. Hopefully you switched to the other side. My computer crashed, so now I'm on my phone. Yeah, so again, we just kind of roll with what happens. Things happen. And, you know, I love Zoom, and I also have gotten a little like complacent with it lately. And I just feel like this yoga practice is my way of checking back in. Like I finally did my own practice the other night, and it really made all the difference in noticing what was going on in my body. Take 2 more breaths. And now press yourself all the way up. Extend your right leg out long in front of you. Keep your left knee bent. Seated single leg extension. Lift your fingertips up toward the ceiling and fold over your right leg. Really press down through your sits bones and pull your collarbone towards your toes. Pull your toes back towards your face. Take 1 more breath in and switch sides. Left leg out long, right foot up into your left thigh. Fold over your left leg. Take 1 more inhale, reach for your left foot. And release, extend both legs long out in front of you. Seated forward fold. And get long in your spine before reaching for your feet. Hug your belly button in. Yes. You can bend your knees as much as you need to reach for the outsides of both feet. One more inhale. Empty out. And now create an inversion of your choice. You choose whether that's legs up a wall or shoulder stand. Maybe you have a headstand or handstand in your practice that you want to try on right here. Let everything be upside down. Right now, let the blood flow in the opposite direction. If you're in shoulder stand, make your way into plow pose. Lift your hips up, drop your feet overhead. And from here, you can try on Deaf Yogi. Bend your knees around your ears. Squeeze in. Begin to block everything else out. And now, as slowly and mindfully as you can, roll all the way out onto your mat. Supine twist. Hug your right knee in towards your right armpit. Give it a squeeze and drop it over to the left. If it feels okay on your neck, you can take your eye gaze out over your right thumb. And keep both shoulders glued down into the mat. That's more important than getting your knee down to the ground.
One more inhale. Let it go. Come to the other side. Let your right leg extend out long. Hug your left knee up and in. Drop it over towards the right. Yeah, just a simple little twist. Not a lot of effort required here. And then come back to center. One more Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet touch, knees fall open wide. Relax everything down into the mat. Bring your hands, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Just one more check-in. And take a big full body breath in. Hold your breath in at the top for 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, sigh all the air out. And hold empty at the bottom for 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, full expanded lungs. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1. Empty everything out. Savasana. Whatever that shape looks like for you. Just take some time to let everything go. No worries, no thoughts about the rest of your day. Just be in this state of calm, quiet breath. Knowing that everything is as it should be. And slowly bring your attention back to your breath. And begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. And stretch your arms out long overhead, full body, wake up, stretch, fill your lungs. Hug your knees into your chest, roll off to your right side or your left side, whichever feels right to you. And just take a moment to acknowledge yourself for showing up. You started your day in movement and in awareness of your body, your breath, your own personal vitality. And then when you're ready, press yourself up into a seat. And keep your eye gaze soft. Bring your hands to your heart. And we'll seal our practice in together the same way we began, with one Om together. Breathe in, fill your lungs. Ah. And thumbs to your third eye, your forehead center. The light in me honors, appreciates, respects the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice, your breath, with this community, together we bow and say, Namaste.